So, hi everybody, Frost Child, Frost Baby. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Frost Child. Please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and leave us a comment. We love to engage, and share, and definitely share. We're just gonna dive right in. The manipulation of black men, and I'm gonna take it a step further to black women. Period. I mean, I'm not a white woman. I'll never be a white woman. I'm not a Chinese woman. I'll never be a Chinese woman. Don't want to be any other race other than what, my higher power has made me to be. It's not about the few and in between that are not that way. If we could base hard conversations off of the two people that aren't doing it, then the world will be such a better place. Everybody's not racist. Everybody's not a racist. Everybody's not mean, rude, conniving, vindictive. Everybody's not like that. But the point is that we can't base it off everybody not being that way.
We have to base it off of the circumstances that happen.
Right. Regardless if you agree or not, we're not saying what we're saying to contradict or go against what you believe.
That's right.
I'm just sharing, and we're just sharing what we talk about, and we're going to give examples as to how we feel about it.
Okay. Even if we don't get to a solution, we just want to bring it to our table. Right?
That's right.
The Frost table.
Exactly. The manipulation is when I'm a young man and I know that I hold this power of making this woman feel chosen, and whether people want to admit it or not, because I know it's a cool thing to be the strongest black woman in the world. And never being vulnerable to that truth. But I encourage you to free yourself. I want to humanize black women.
That's so important.
Concern. And one thing about men and the manipulation, they're very calculated. Men don't make emotional decisions. Not all. And not more than women, I don't think. So them getting married is not because they want this, fairy tale feeling as much as women do. Mm-hmm. It's them looking at, hey, who has the bigger house? Who's going to buy me a bigger truck?
Ooh. Who's going to put up with my
baggage?
Who's going to put up with me? Who's going to allow me to do whatever I want to do?
Because he's a man.
That literally men in prison have when it comes to manipulating the minds of women, where they have this woman doing this for them, that woman doing this for them, and let's say they stay in for 5, 10, 15 years. They're constantly forming this habit. When they come out on the other side to society, they take those same principles and apply it. That's the manipulation. That's another form of manipulation. There's so many ways to manipulate, and they're discovering them more and more because of what we see in society. Who gets the bulk of the manipulation is the black woman. Reason being is because we are, again, taught ancestrally to do certain standards that other race of women are not taught or not held to that accountability.
Exactly.
That's another manipulation that comes with it. Mm-hmm. And it stems from the church. We have so many standards to meet before we can even be considered as a possibility of what they call wifey material. I've never seen so many classes that have to be given for women to just date or just get engaged or just to have a social life with the opposite sex or whatever sex they want to engage with. There are so many stipulations and so many criteria that you have to meet. It's almost like getting a mortgage. It's 50 pages you have to go through before you can just get to, okay, am I ready for the date yet? Am I ready for a phone call? Am I ready to just text you? So that first has to be, this has to be dismantled. I know she has her opinion of how things are with the manipulation.
No. We have the same opinion.
Or the way we express our opinions, of course, is different.
Because remember, we want to keep it where this is just a video.
Right. But I'm just saying, those are the parts of the manipulation that I'm talking about.
What has to happen is up to black men to discover what they need to do. I don't know what needs to happen. I'm just calling out what I see and what I know is going on.
Right.
I don't know what a black man that is being manipulative needs to do to undo that behavior. Because I'm not a black man being manipulative.
Right. So I'm not saying that, I'm not giving you what needs to be done. I'm giving examples of what happens.
Said what needs to be done is it needs to be dismantled.
Oh, right. Those types of criteria need to be dismantled so that particular manipulation that is being done can no longer have energy behind it, no longer has a leg to stand on, because these things are no longer supporting that behavior. The manipulation of black men is so...
I want the man to be a man. I want the man to figure out and be honest with himself and unlearn that behavior. And then come to me and tell me what he's learned. Because I'm bringing what I know for black women to want to, if they choose, to open their minds to the hard truth. It's hard to want to hear and accept this is what's really going on.
Right.
For whatever reason.
And those are the reasons that I'm giving.
And for me, it wasn't maybe, and I'm trying to come from a place of compassion, because I didn't have a lot of males in my life that I felt were
a safe space.
So for me, triggering that thought process, it's not going to be as hard as a woman who has had men in her life that she could trust and felt protected and valued. I get that. And that's you would naturally want to protect that man, right? Because you're thinking of all the men in your life that have made you feel validated and safe. And I love that. I think it's beautiful. But for me, I'm speaking out to what the majority of what's really going on, the real world, if you will. Because unfortunately, we don't live in a world where everybody is experiencing that warm and safe feeling of not so many generational curses. Mm-hmm. If we were, I don't think, all these organizations would be as fruitful as they are. Because a lot of people come every week because they're trying to fix a brokenness inside of their lives. The manipulation is definitely killing black women, not only physically, but mentally. Emotionally. Just humanly. Mm-hmm. It's not fair to want to be vulnerable with a man and feel attacked for it. If you come from a lineage of marriage, 9 times out of 10 you're married because you've seen it, you saw that it's a decision and it's just a way of life. But if you come from a place of a lot of brokenness, like I can count how many marriages I've ever attended. Weddings, that I've ever attended. I'm 30 years old. I can literally count on one hand how many weddings that I've attended in my whole entire life. Mm-hmm. With that being said, a person like me has been forced to dissect what's going on in this. For those who have seen marriages all their life, you may not understand, but don't be the first one to talk because this is not your reality. Right. This is a space in a platform for if this is your reality or something that you can relate to or confident enough to say, hey, I relate to this. Because another thing that we do a lot is present ourselves as these well put together people. It's nothing wrong with wanting to be a good person and let people know that you're a good person and what you value and your goals and stuff like that. That's awesome. But that underlining layer is going to come out eventually. Right. It's going to come out with people that maybe you don't value, with people you don't care how you look in front of them. And if you're just an authentic person, it may just come out in your choices. Right. Authentic people that are just genuine people that are struggling normally show their character defects through their own choices. Some people know how to hide who they are because they have a value system that when I'm around so-and-so, I need to act and be my best self. But when I get around this person, because I don't value them, I don't care how I conduct myself. That's still coming from a place of brokenness. So back to the marriages, the weddings, and not seeing so many weddings, this has forced us to come to some type of understanding with the universe as to what's going on here. And when you can't deny it, you see it on TV, you see it in the world. And when you're aware and know who you are and done your own work, you can't help but see and understand the root cause of things and why black men feel like they can wait till they're 70 and 80 years old to get married because there is no lack. Yeah. In their mind, it's no lack. Whenever I'm ready, I know I will find a willing participant.
Exactly.
Is that you ultimately didn't make that choice for the woman because you didn't think about if she wanted to have children. You didn't think about if she wanted to. I'm just keep it with the children with the same man. Maybe she came from a broken place where she didn't have her mom and dad in the household, and she wanted to have children in her youth. You didn't even take it as far as to think about her wanting to be a youthful bride, a young bride, having youthful pictures to look back on,
or being able to do recreational things that are done better when you're younger.
So that's the manipulation, because the ultimate goal for those men that do that is what they wanted, and they knew that it was going to be a willing participant, and that's all they thought about, and that's all that they were concerned with.
Right.
Black women, I encourage us to have the boldness, have the vulnerability. If you can't be vulnerable in front of the man, which you probably can't, I encourage you to not be vulnerable with another black woman. Yeah. It is scary, but choose wisely. But until we get that healing, we may not have to choose so wisely, because we need to crack down that foundation that makes us so afraid of each other and so competitive to one another and so jealous of one another.
Right.
And that also comes from the manipulation of black men.
Yeah.
Everything you probably do is to, not everything to the 100 degree. Of course, we do it for ourselves. We love to have massages, manicures, and our eyebrows and all that stuff. But ask yourself deep, deep, deep down inside, it's okay to want to do that for the opposite sex. But here we are having to pin it to us that we're doing something. I'm doing it for me. All of those conversations are unnecessary. But the only reason why they're not unnecessary is because of the manipulation in black men. Well, she, Latricia, she always get her hair done every Friday. And now you got sister so-and-so feeling lack and insecure and now running behind sister Teresa to get her hair done and trying to, it happens.
It does. We
do any and everything. Some women do any and everything to please a man.
Especially if they're broken. If they are lacking healing, they're definitely going to do it more so than someone that has the protection and safe space to either already be healed or to act out. It makes a difference.
It makes a difference.
So today we're talking about the manipulation
in black men.
Share, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's more to come, people. This is just the surface, and we just scratched it.
Oh,
oh, you went fist pump? Okay. So thanks for joining.
Yes, thank you for joining.
Until next time, Frost Child, Frost Baby.
Peace.